entered a plea agreement, and this is the reason why, because they want to escape a potential 110-year prison term. SBF, I know you guys love SBF, but he signs his extradition papers. He will be returning to the U.S. tomorrow to face charges. Okay? He's facing a lot of charges, like 9 counts of fraud. And if convicted, he's facing 115 years in jail. 115 years, okay? That's a lot. That's just a whole lot, okay? I don't know when, if this is going to go to jury or he's just going to sign a plea deal or what. But he's facing some serious charges. But I still don't know what's happening with his co-conspirators. Caroline, where is she at? Gary Wang. Well, Sam Bankman-Fried, everyone's most favorite crypto person, he's going to make a court appearance. And I'm sure he's been grilled by everyone within the last day or so, probably telling him what they're going to charge him with. We're talking about every single agency there is, basically. And this court appearance, basically, it's going to determine whether or not he has entered a plea or and what his bail is going to be at, if there is going to be a bail, right? So that is going to happen today, I think. Today. Yesterday I covered, it was breaking news, came on at night, that Caroline and Gary Wang both entered a plea agreement, right? And this is the reason why, because they want to escape a potential 110-year prison term. So both of them turned on SBF. We don't know what they gave up, what their sentencing will be. But the SEC has charged both in terms of, what they think they've done, right? They think Caroline Ellison inflated FTT's token price on purpose, manipulated a market, and then used that, of course, to buy other things with. And I'll get to something about that in a little bit. And then they think Gary Wang also created this back door that allowed Alameda to siphon all these customer funds. But here's the thing. They have reworded it, or they have worded it, that SBF pressured them to do so, or under the direction of SBF. So with this plea deal, it seems like they're trying to pinpoint everything on SBF, him alone. Man, this is a shocker, right? I think most people expected that today, at his bail hearing, he would be denied bail, but didn't happen that way. And I'll speculate why it didn't happen. But before that, here are the details, okay? The bail was set at $250 million. This is the top, or among the top ever in terms of a bail amount, okay? But here's the thing. You don't actually put up $250 million right away. I believe you put up about 10% of it, which is still significant. $25 million, right? Still a whole lot. So he was set free today, but some stipulations. First of all, he has to stay at his parents' house. Second of all, he has to wear a GPS monitor so that they know where he is and he can't be trying to escape or flee the country, right? So some stipulations, but he has free access to the internet. He has free access to basically do what he wants. He may be on Twitter soon. That would be the dumbest thing he does, to sign back on Twitter and start tweeting and doing interviews, right? Brazil also, the president signs the bill regulating use of Bitcoin as payment. So now it's official. There is a regulatory framework around crypto and allowing merchants to utilize cryptocurrency as a form of payment. So again, adoption is growing. This is part of the growing fundamentals. Moving on, of course, a lot of the fundamentals of the metrics I show you guys every day. All the fantastic things that's going on. For example, this one is just measuring the miners, right? A lot of people are afraid there may be a miner capitulation right now. In fact, if you look at this, none. The orange is showing the hash rate. It does go up and down, but just it's still in an uptrend. The only reason why in 2021 we had that big dip was because China banned all the miners and kicked them out. That's the only reason why we had that big drop. If it was not for that, it just would have continued forward. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now, right? Miners are not capitulating. They're not selling out. They're not even turning their machines off. The smaller ones maybe, but the larger ones continue to go forward. And the fundamentals of Bitcoin continues to grow stronger each and every day. So this is definitely not time to be panicking and getting out of the market. The other big news, and this is positive, is the fact that Binance.us today announced they will be buying Voyager. Now, Voyager's bankruptcy has been ongoing for quite some time. FTX was going to buy Voyager. Obviously, that's no longer going to happen. So they decided to re-auction, and Binance.us won out. And according to the CEO of Binance.us, keep in mind Binance.us and Binance.com are two separate entities led by different people, right? So Brian, who's the CEO and president of Binance.us, came out and said that they're buying them. Everything is going to, as much as they can, I guess. They don't know. They don't say how much. They don't say how much, but they will be returning the user funds to the users. Obviously, it's going to be on Binance.us. So if you're not in the U.S., I don't know what that means, because if you're not in the U.S., then you can't create a .us account. And there are certain states, like if you're in Texas, for example, you can't get access to a Binance.us account. So I don't know what that means. But then he goes on and said, we maintain our reserves 1-to-1. We're operating in 46 states and 3 territories. So unfortunately, there's going to be a few states that will not be able to create accounts or log in. And what is it? We want to give user access to their assets in March of 2023, which isn't that far away. It's like only 3 months away, right? So that is positive. And how much did they pay? According to this, they paid $1 billion. They paid $1 billion, and they gave additional $20 million as consideration. So that $1 billion is what the fair market value of the crypto that Voyager still holds. Okay, I don't know how that compares to previous estimates. I forgot what FTX paid. I don't know if they ever announced that number. And the percentage of how much you're expected to get back, we don't know. Before, I think it was 70 or 73%, something like that. That was stated that FTX would give back. In this case, is it going to be more, less? We don't know at this point. But we do have a new owner now, right? So what's going to happen to Celsius? Is Binance going to buy Celsius too? I don't know. And then the last few things this morning, BlockFi. This was reported last night already. But BlockFi is filing a motion to allow wallet users, people that were just storing their crypto, not for anything else, to withdraw. So hopefully this gets approved so that some people will be able to take some of their crypto out, right? Hopefully this does get approved. It's very different than the other lending companies, which basically have, up until this point, didn't allow any withdrawals, and they're in bankruptcy hearing. Voyager has been bought out by Binance.us, so we'll see when we can get our money out of Voyager. But Celsius, still unknown. BlockFi, unknown at this point, but maybe they'll be rescued too. Then Genesis and Gemini Earn, right? Unknown at this point too. Alaska is going to add some new license. So if you're in an exchange and you want to operate and sell to citizens in Alaska, you have to apply for this new license. I don't think this is a big. I don't know how many people live in Alaska. It can't be that there can't be that many people. So I don't know why they need to add this, but I can understand, you know, California doing this. That actually got pushed back. I know Texas already does this. New York does this. But, you know, if you were like a bigger city or a bigger state, I should say, with many, many, many more people within, it makes sense. And for Alaska, it's like, okay, you know, you got 10 more people that that can't get access to Coinbase, you know, big whoop. All right. The U.S. Senate Banking Chair, Sherrod Brown, suggested to the SEC and CFTC that crypto outright should just be banned, just completely be banned, okay, because of what happened to FTX. And the reason he gave was he considers them dangerous and threat to national security, and used for North Korean cyber criminal activity, and used for drug trafficking and human trafficking and facing terrorism as some of the problems they exacerbated. So basically all the negatives, everything bad around the world is caused by cryptocurrency, is what he's arguing. Okay, so he's suggesting a complete ban, and he told him and some other banking committee member told CFTC and SEC they want a full breakdown of all crypto because they want to ban it. But here's the thing: even he recognizes that this would open up Pandora's box, because if, let's say, the U.S. completely bans crypto, okay, where's crypto going to go? Easy, overseas, right? And then the U.S. has no control over it whatsoever. So even he says that this is very difficult, because even if it happens, it may make things worse, because people and companies will just move overseas, and it's not going to stop anything. First of all, there are actually a lot of Congress people that are for Bitcoin and crypto. They actually understand what it's about. But of course, there's some people that don't understand, that wants to just throw nonsense, you know, nonsense thoughts or nonsense wants right out there, thinking that somehow it's going to catch. It's not. It's not. You can't stop Bitcoin and crypto. Most projects, at least the bigger ones, the better ones, are decentralized, spread across the world, right? There's no one country that could stop it. There's no one entity that can stop it. And there's no banks that could stop it. I mean, think about the irony here. The banking chair is floating this possibility. Why do you think the banking chair wants to stop Bitcoin and crypto? Because they're looking out for the banks, right? The banking chair and the committee is looking out for the banks, and the banks are threatened by crypto. So think about that. Think about that, right? So anyways, this may sound scary. There is absolutely zero chance this is going to happen. Unfortunately, this is, you know, this always happens whenever you have a major collapse like FTX, right? So it's causing a lot more fear, a lot more people that want to regulate and so forth. There will probably be more regulations, but there will not be no outright ban. That's for sure. But I was going to make this connection that this is more scary. Grayscale possibly having to sell 20% of their Bitcoin is a lot more scary than this. Well, Elon Musk did confirm yesterday that he will resign as CEO as soon as he finds someone foolish enough to take the job. After that, I'll just run the software and service thing. I just had a video yesterday about this, because Tesla stock, as you guys know, has been tanking. Elon and Tesla holders have never seen something like this happen. This extended tanking of stock for Tesla, never ever, and it has a lot of people concerned, right? So most people think Elon's distracted. The bottom line is this, okay? He's already too busy running two major companies. Now he's adding a third, and it's just too much distraction, and that's why Tesla has so much FUD because of this, and that's why they're selling off. And plus, Elon himself has sold off a lot of shares too. So it's not just due to fear. He himself had to sell off $4 billion worth of stock at an absolute worst time ever.